Hello, dear ones. It's Eleonora from the channel The Awakening Path. Today, I'm going to talk about a very special client that overcome depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, panic attacks with my chakra healing programs in only 8 weeks. Let me give you a little bit of background. She is not from US. She was in a romantic relationship at distance with an American for about 4 years. And finally, last year, he convinced her to come and to marry him and live here in US. And she decided to give it a try because she was really in love. And she brought with her her 2 kids. After she got married, after 90 days that she arrived here and she got married, her nightmare started. She and her kids suffer all sorts of abuse from him and also from his young teenager adult kids. And she was falling in a very, very deep depression and anxiety. She didn't know what to do. For me to give you just one example, how he wanted her to be completely dependent on him, even though she had to buy her own food for her and for her kids. She had to pay to get to start the process of immigration, of get a green card, to be able to work here in the US legally. And she contracted a friend of him, a lawyer, that cost all her savings that she had in her country. And during the process, he refused to provide the documents for her to complete the process and get the green card. She was suffered all sorts of abuse until he decided to hit her. That was the point where she said, okay, enough is enough. I'm not taking anymore. God will give me the power to leave the situation. And that's when I met her. She was separated from him, living in a place that she told him she was in a shelter for abused women, and he didn't show any source of remorse. But stop enough talking about him. When I met her, I saw that God put me in her life to help her. And I have the tools to do that. So I offered her to do the Reiki and she accepted right away. And that was amazing to see the transformation. I was talking to her every day, every time that she had a panic attack or anxiety. I give her a lot of techniques on how to cope with the anxieties, breathing exercise. I did this session once a week, and I will send the energy for the rest of the week. I teach her how to receive the energy. And I taught her a lot of techniques like affirmations, mantras, and ways to connect with the nature. I taught her everything that I knew that could help her to keep her in the present moment and really open up to receive the guidance. Because we're never alone. We have a lot of help from the other side, but we need to be in a state to receive the messages. So I assisted her all the time during that time. And I also sent distance healing to her kids because they also was affected. And I didn't had a interactive session with them, but I was sending energy to them also 100% of the time that I was with her. And I could see the transformation week by week. But the thing was so deep on her, was so hard, that I could see her smile only after the third week. And that was amazing, all the synchronicities that would happen. For example, she'll had a problem, and then the idea would come up. She got an offer to go to another state, somebody that she knew, was kind of new from her family that lived in another state, wasn't really a close friend, but she was so afraid of go there because she never went there. That's an answer for your prayers. Stay away from him, because even though after the separation and all the abuse, he was always saying, "Oh, I love you," but and then she knew he thought she was in a shelter and he would do nothing. But he would send a message, "I love you, please don't leave me," things like that. And she would fall sometimes, and then he would disappear again. So I said, you need to go, because if you go, and then there will be no more ties. He can't reach you. So it will be really a let it go. And then she went. And after she went, her life started really to transform completely. Even before she went, after the lawyer, the friend of the husband, decided to abandon the case because he said, "Oh, you guys are not even together. I can't continue the case." But the IRS still, not the IRS, the immigration still sent her documentation send her a letter saying, "Look, send us the documentation proving that the marriage was really legit and you guys lived together at that time." And she sent. And already when she was in the other state, she got approval for her, not the green card yet, but they accepted the case, accepted the marriage was legitimate, and she had the work authorization. So for me, that's really a clear miracle. And I'm sure that what's really opened the doors was the Reiki. That was just one thing. There was a lot of other synchronicities that I'm not going too much because I really don't want to give any clue to identify her. Another thing that I did, the first session, I channeled her higher self. So her higher self sent her a message. I also channeled the higher self of her husband. And that's the funny thing. Okay, your souls decided to have that experience because there was some aspect of your lives, of your mind that you guys want to work on. And right now, he is the one that's doing the bad thing. That's okay that you forgive him, but don't take it easy on him. Make him take the responsibility for the things that he has done, because that's how he learned. So she went to the police. He has to respond criminal for what he did because he hit her. So she's not going easy on him, and she's a very, very smart woman. She had a college degree. She had a career in Brazil. And after that happened, she could have just picked up her kids and live back to her country. But she would feel like a failure. She expended all her savings to do a process of immigration. That's something very simple. You are married, you are entitled to be able to to live legally here and work. That's just how it is. You don't need to expand what you don't want just to get a right that's already yours. But she was so lost and he was so controlling. That's what happened. But everything is coming back to her. And in this other country, she no longer has panic attacks. She doesn't have anxiety. She is able to sleep. And she just got a job this week. So her life is really transforming. It's amazing how I saw the transformation week by week. And in the beginning, even day by day. You would feel even in her voice. In the first week, her voice was always mumbling, and I could see the notes, and I could notice she rising her vibration slowly. Another thing that I think the channel material really helped her a lot because it gave her clarity in what was happening. And I channel each one of her chakras that pointed her each part of her mind that she needed to work on, always praising her how wonderful she is, how perfect she is on the eyes of God. So those letters are really, really reassuring. And in the very end, she told me that she always attracted those kind of relationship, abusive and everything. I say, let's investigate why that is happening. And the her higher self told that it's based on a past life where she was extremely beautiful, but she had no empathy for the opposite sex. So she used and abused her beauty, and by doing that, she really destroyed a lot of lives. And after that life, she has been repaying her karma, and her ex-husband and kids was the last ones on the list for her really sign off, say, okay, now I'm free, I had no debt, and I'm free to ascend. So she wrote to me a letter, a thank you letter and a testimonial. So that's what I'm gonna read for you right now. You're gonna see the print on the screen, but you're gonna read from a paper. I am a single mother of 2 children who moved from Brazil to US under promises of everlasting love and respect from an American. I left everything behind, trusting him. We were in a relationship for 4 years. When I moved here, my life became a nightmare because this man and his family I'm sorry. Okay, give me some time. Well, you can see that I'm very empathic. When I moved here, my life became a nightmare because this man and his family made all sorts of abuse against us based on our vulnerability. I did meet one of her kids, and when I met him, my heart was broken. I'm sorry. He was crying, hiding from her. I knew he was crying, hiding from her, because he didn't want her to see him crying. But that's just over. That's so over. Okay, let me try. When I first met Eleonora, I was over a deep depression and also having panic attacks. I was so desperate for a couple of times, I thought about taking my life away. She was like an angel. She was speaking to me daily, making therapy and Reiki. She also was the only one who held my hand with her love and kind words. We were together for more than 8 weeks, and I could say I'm reborn. I could remember who I am and why I'm here. With her help, I was able to leave the abuser, move to another state very far from him, and rebuild my life in a safe surrounding with my kids. I will always be thankful for this great human being and professional. I have no words to say. Oof, I'm sorry. How special she is to me and my kids. That's the power of Reiki. That's the power of love. And that's your power when you connect to yourself. When you connect to your higher self. When you ask for the help of your guides. There is a great team in the other side to help each one of us. I can help you connect with them and direct the energy of the universal love and light energy to heal not only your mind, to heal your mental, emotional, and also physical body. If you are suffering with anxiety, depression, even a suicidal thoughts, go to my agenda, find the time, and give me a chance to help you, because I know I can. I know we can, because I don't work alone. I'm very empathic. I channel. I realize that I can channel any consciousness from any dimension, from any out of time, present, past, or future. I can connect with your higher self. I can connect with any part of your mind, your subconscious, in any age. We can investigate each trauma, what is holding you back. And I also connect with all the archangels. Much love and light to you. And I hope to see you soon.